Have you ever been in a room and sensed a shift in the energy? You catch a glance from across the way. It lingers for just a moment longer than it should, and your mind starts to ask the question, is that real interest? Or am I just imagining things? For most men, that uncertainty creates a state of internal noise. It leads to hesitation. It leads to second guessing. A Stoic seeks clarity because uncertainty is the enemy of calm, decisive action. We don't operate on wishful thinking, we operate on observation. But what if I told you that the answers you're looking for are almost always there, hiding in plain sight? They are not in loud declarations, but in a silent language that speaks volumes to those who know how to listen. Today, we are going to unravel that mystery. Here at Stoic Manhood Guide, we are going to decode the subtle yet powerful world of female interest. The kind that speaks louder in silence than words ever could. But this is a lesson in observation, and you will need to pay close attention all the way through. The sixth sign, in particular, is one that most men completely miss, but it's often the key that unlocks the entire picture. These are the signs that, if you learn to see them, will give you an undeniable advantage. They are the data points you need to move from a state of anxious guessing to a state of grounded knowing. And once you can do that, you will never look at a casual glance the same way again. You will see it for what it is, a piece of information. So, sharpen your focus. Let's begin. Let's begin the lesson in observation. Remember, the goal is not to become paranoid, but to become perceptive. You are a man seeking clarity, not a boy seeking attention. These are data points. Observe them, understand them, and then you can act from a place of reason, not anxiety. Number 1, she positions herself. Let's call this strategic placement. When a girl is interested, one of the first things she does is optimize her ability to gather information. She will position herself strategically to get a better view of you, almost like she's trying to take in every detail without being obvious. A Stoic understands that where a person directs their physical body, their focus often follows. Picture this. You're at a crowded cafe. There's chatter, the clinking of cups, people moving in and out. You glance around the room casually. Then you notice her, sitting at a table nearby. But it's not just any random seat. She has chosen a spot where she has a perfect, unobstructed view of you. Maybe she's facing your direction, or sitting at just the right angle that gives her a clear line of sight. This is rarely an accident. It is intentional, yet subtle. It is as if she has placed herself there to quietly study you, to understand your energy, your mannerisms, before any words are ever exchanged. Or imagine you are at a party. You're mingling, moving around the room, lost in conversation. But somehow, every time you look up, you notice she is in a nearby group, laughing with her friends. She's not directly speaking to you, but her placement feels calculated. It's as if she is keeping tabs on you, making sure she doesn't lose track of where you are in the chaotic social environment. It is almost like she is drawn to your orbit and is positioning herself just close enough to feel your presence and observe your behavior. This kind of quiet observation is one of the earliest and most honest signs of attraction. It is subtle. It is not loud or dramatic. But it is there. The average man, lost in his own head, will miss this completely. But the observant man, the man who is present in his environment, will spot this pattern. And if you spot it, chances are you are not just imagining things. She has noticed you, and she wants to keep noticing you. It is your first piece of data. Number 2, she smiles at you. The second sign is one of the most universal, yet often misinterpreted signals her smile. We are not talking about the polite, tight-lipped, social nicety smile she gives the barista or someone who holds the door open for her. We are talking about a genuine, warm, Duchenne smile, the kind that engages the entire face. It is a tiny window into her emotional state, unspoken, unforced, but deeply telling. Imagine you are at that party again. You are standing across the room talking to someone. Then, for a moment, your eyes meet hers. And in that instant, everything else seems to pause. Her face lights up. It's not just her mouth that smiles, her eyes smile too. You see them crinkle slightly at the corners. Her cheeks lift. And there is a softness in her expression that feels real, as if she is genuinely pleased to have made that connection with you. Sometimes after that smile, she might look away quickly, maybe with a hint of shyness. She might bite her lip or tuck her hair behind her ear, as if she was caught off guard by her own genuine reaction. But that smile, it stays with you. It lingers in your mind like a whisper of something more. Or maybe you are in a one-on-one conversation. You crack a joke, maybe not even a great one, and she laughs, not just with her mouth, but with her whole face. Her expression is one of pure, unadulterated enjoyment. That is not just her being friendly. That is interest. That is warmth. That is her way of showing you that she is enjoying your vibe, your energy, your presence. She is comfortable and happy in your company. A stoic man does not let this kind of signal send him into a state of emotional ecstasy. He simply observes it for what it is, a strong, positive data point. He doesn't immediately start planning their future in his head. He notes the signal and maintains his composure. So, if you ever catch a smile like that, the kind that feels like it's meant just for you, that reaches her eyes, do not ignore it. Do not nervously look away. Return it. Match it with a calm, confident smile of your own, because that small, wordless expression might just be her biggest clue, and your calm acknowledgement of it is your first move. Sign number 3, she preens. This is a subtle yet significant behavior that often signals interest. The technical term is preening, and it is deeply rooted in our biology. Now, preening might sound like something birds do with their feathers, and that's exactly where the term comes from. But humans do it too, all the time, especially when they are around someone they are drawn to. It is an unconscious urge to fix or adjust their appearance. Not out of pure vanity, but out of a primal desire to look their best for a specific person of interest. Let's break it down. Imagine you are talking to a girl at a social gathering. You are just having a casual chat. But as the minutes pass, you notice her making small, repetitive gestures. She might slowly twirl her hair around her finger while she listens to you. She might smooth out imaginary wrinkles on her shirt or her dress. She might adjust the strap of her purse or brush a piece of imaginary dust off her jeans. These are not random, fidgety habits. These are signals. They say, I care about how I look right now in this moment, because you are here. And it is not just hair and clothes. She might start adjusting her earrings, reapplying lip balm when she wasn't a moment ago, fiddling with a necklace, or discreetly checking her reflection in her phone screen. These are all small, yes, but incredibly meaningful. Preening is a non-verbal way of saying, I am aware of your attention, and I want to make sure I look good in your eyes. It is primal. It is instinctive. And once you train yourself to notice it, it becomes crystal clear. The key for an observant man is to look for a change in her baseline behavior. Does she fidget with her hair with everyone, or does it start when you approach? Does she smooth her dress when she's alone, or only when she knows your eyes are on her? The shift in behavior is the data. So, the next time you are around her, pay attention to those small, seemingly insignificant movements. They are like whispers of interest. Soft but very, very real. They are her subconscious mind, broadcasting a signal that her conscious mind might be trying to hide. Number 4, glances and eye contact. Let's call this the art of the stolen glance. When a girl is checking you out, one of the most revealing behaviors is how she looks at you. And more importantly, how often she does it when she thinks you are not looking. This is the classic move that most men have experienced, but often dismiss as coincidence. You are sitting at a coffee shop, minding your own business, reading a book or working on your laptop. Suddenly, you feel it, that unmistakable sensation of being watched. You look up, and for a split second, you lock eyes with her from across the room. But as soon as your eyes meet, she looks away. Quickly, casually. Maybe she immediately goes back to scrolling on her phone, or pretends to be intensely interested in something out the window, as if nothing happened. But the glance was real. That moment had weight. Or maybe it happens multiple times. You are in a shared space, like a library or a gym, and every time you look in her direction, you catch her eyes flickering toward you, then darting away. It might be shy, or it might be playful, but either way, It is intentional. She is watching. She is observing. And she is doing it just subtly enough to make sure you have to wonder if it's real. Eye contact is powerful. It is one of the most honest forms of human connection. And when a girl is actively trying to hide how much she is looking at you, that tells you everything you need to know. She is not just randomly scanning the room. She is searching for you in it. A stoic man doesn't get rattled by this. He doesn't immediately assume he's won. He simply gathers the data. One glance can be an accident. Two could be a coincidence. But 3 or 4 stolen glances over a short period of time, that is no longer a coincidence. That is a pattern. Once you have observed the pattern, you can choose how to act. You don't need to stare back aggressively. After you notice the pattern, the next time you catch her looking, simply hold her gaze for a second longer than usual and offer that same calm, confident smile we talked about. You are acknowledging her signal without neediness. You are showing that you have noticed her, and you are unperturbed. This simple, controlled action can be enough to give her the green light to either approach or be more open to you approaching her. Number 5, she finds reasons to be near you. Let's call this closing the gap. This is one of the most charming and sneakiest ways a girl will check you out without making it obvious. It's a more active version of sign number 1. Picture this. You are at a party. Dozens of people, music playing, everyone mingling. You are standing by the drinks table, chatting with a few friends. Suddenly, she is there. She needs a drink or a napkin. She fixes her hair, smiles at someone, and then leaves. Later, you move to another part of the room, maybe to sit on the couch. And there she is again, talking to someone else nearby. Coincidence, maybe once, but twice, 3 times. That is a pattern. Or maybe you are in a more structured environment, like a class or at work. She could sit anywhere, right? But somehow, she always ends up choosing a seat just 1 or 2 away from you. She passes by your desk more often than is strictly necessary. She joins a group discussion you are in, even if it is not her usual crowd. These coincidences are not just luck or randomness. They are often strategy wrapped in subtlety. It is her way of creating opportunities. Opportunities to observe you up close. To maybe start a conversation. Or to simply be around you long enough that something more might happen organically. She is reducing the friction for a potential interaction. A man who is not observant will miss this entirely. He will see her presence as just part of the random background noise of the environment. But the stoic man, the man who is present and aware, sees the pattern. He understands that people, like objects in motion, tend to follow a path of least resistance toward what they desire. So, the next time you notice the same person consistently showing up in your personal space without a clear, logical reason, ask yourself a simple question. Is she just passing by? Or is she orbiting something she is secretly drawn to? Chances are it is the second one. You are the center of that orbit. Number 6, her friends give her away. This one is fun, incredibly telling, and it is the sign I told you to wait for in the introduction. When a girl is checking you out but doesn't want to be too obvious, sometimes, her friends will give her away. It is like watching a small squad of undercover agents who can't quite hide their mission. A woman's inner circle is often her counsel. They are her validators, her advisors, and her co-conspirators. If she is interested in you, they almost certainly know about it. And their behavior will reflect that knowledge. Imagine you are at a park. A group of girls is sitting on a bench, laughing and chatting. You walk by casually. Suddenly, you feel a pair of eyes on you. And then another. One girl will quickly glance at you. Then whisper something to the girl you are interested in. And then they all share a little laugh or a smirk. They are not making fun of you. They are talking about you. More specifically, the one who has been sneaking looks your way is getting real-time feedback from her inner circle. It is like you are the subject of a mini-committee meeting, and the vote might just be in your favor. Or let's say you are at a party. You are talking to a friend, and there is a group of girls nearby. You catch the same girl looking at you again. This time, her friends are watching too. And the moment you smile or say something witty, you see a few of them glance at each other and grin. That is not a coincidence. That is them confirming their friend's good taste. That is the moment they have decided, yep, he is worth checking out. When a girl likes you, her friends often get involved. Not because she tells them to, but because attraction is exciting, and people want to be part of that energy. So, if you are getting looked at by more than just one pair of eyes from the same group, it's a powerful signal. She is not just checking you out. She is bringing the whole team with her for a second opinion. This is one of the most reliable external indicators you can get, and it's the one I told you to watch for. If you have ever experienced this, the sudden whispers and shared glances from her friends, and you are starting to see how these signs connect to form a bigger picture, do me a favor. Comment below with the word clarity. It lets me know this framework is resonating with you, and it helps other men in this community connect the dots in their own lives. Sign number 7, fidgeting and nervousness. When a girl is checking you out, sometimes her nerves will give her away. Attraction is not always a smooth, confident, cool as a cucumber experience. Sometimes it is clumsy, jittery, and adorably awkward. A stoic understands that a loss of composure in another person can be a sign of your own impact. Let's say you finally strike up a conversation with her. As you are talking, you notice her playing with the hem of her shirt, or tapping her foot lightly. Maybe her fingers are fiddling with her bracelet, or she is adjusting her bag strap for no real reason. These are not just random quirks. They are often signs of nervous energy. It is like her body is trying to release the tension that is bubbling up beneath the surface, because being in your presence is stirring something inside her. Or maybe you make her laugh, but instead of responding right away, she stumbles a little on her words. Her voice might crack slightly. She might blush. You can see her trying to steady herself, to keep her cool. But her body's involuntary actions are betraying her excitement. Nervousness in this context is not a bad thing. In fact, it is a compliment of the highest order. It means you have gotten under her skin in a good way. It means your presence has an effect on her. It means she cares about the outcome of the interaction, which is why she is nervous. People are not nervous around those they are indifferent to. So if you notice her acting a little different when you are around, more fidgety, more self-conscious, more awkward than her usual baseline, chances are you are the cause of that beautiful, nervous energy. She is trying hard not to let you know just how much you are affecting her. The observant man sees this, not with ego, but with understanding. He doesn't point it out. Instead, he maintains his own calm frame, creating a stable presence that allows her to feel more comfortable and relax into the interaction. Sign number 8, she reacts to your body language. Let's call this the echo effect. When a girl is checking you out and feels a sense of connection, she might start mirroring your movements. It is like an invisible dance that neither of you rehearsed, but it feels natural, even rhythmic. Let's say you are sitting at a table and you cross your arms. A moment later, she does the same. You lean forward to tell a story, and without even realizing it, she leans in as well. You smile, and there it is. Her smile appears almost instantly in response. These subconscious actions are part of a psychological phenomenon called mirroring, and it is often a powerful indicator of rapport and connection. This is not something she is doing deliberately to trick you. It is her body syncing up with yours on an instinctive level. Why? Because she is tuned in. She is paying close attention to how you move, how you speak, how you carry yourself. And she is reacting, not out of conscious imitation, but because something in her wants to connect, to align with you. It is a silent conversation. Her body is responding to yours, wordlessly saying, I feel aligned with you. I like your energy. I am present with you in this moment. So, the next time you notice a girl suddenly echoing your posture or your gestures, do not overlook it. It could be the clearest, quietest sign that she is not just checking you out. She is already connecting with you. Bonus sign number 1, she laughs, even when it's not that funny. This one is incredibly powerful and easily missed. You say something that was not even meant to be hilarious. Maybe just a casual comment or a light, slightly cheesy joke. but she bursts out laughing, maybe louder or longer than the joke deserved. Here is the thing. It is not because you are suddenly a stand-up comedy legend. It is because she wants to show you that she is enjoying your presence. When a girl is checking you out, she is not just observing you, she is actively looking for opportunities to connect with your energy. And laughter is one of the fastest and most effective ways to build that bridge. So, even if your joke lands flat with everyone else, but she is giggling like you just delivered the punchline of the century, pay attention. She is not laughing at the joke. She is laughing because she likes you. This kind of laughter is different from a polite chuckle. It is warmer, more frequent, and often comes with lingering eye contact, a head tilt, or even a light touch on your arm. It is less about the words you said and more about the spark behind them. So, do not worry if you are not a world-class comedian. If she is laughing at things no one else seems to react to, there is a very good chance that she is already into you. Her positive reaction is a signal she is open and receptive to you. Bonus sign number 2. She remembers the little things you say. Our final bonus sign is perhaps the most significant of all, because it demonstrates an investment of not just attention, but of memory. Maybe you mentioned once, in passing, that you love a certain band, or that your favorite pizza topping is mushrooms, or that your dog's name is Max. It was a small detail, something you probably forgot you even said. But weeks later, out of nowhere, she brings it up. Hey, didn't you say you like that new Arctic Monkeys song? They have mushroom pizza here. Your favorite, right? That is not casual memory. That is intentional recall. Because when a girl is secretly checking you out, she is not just noticing your appearance. She is listening closely. Women, and people in general, tend to pay deep attention to individuals they are emotionally curious about. Our brains are designed to filter out unimportant information. So, if she remembers random little details about your life, it means her brain has flagged that information as important. It means that you are important. Even if it is just a little bit more than the rest, it shows an emotional investment that goes beyond the physical. It is thoughtful. It is a sign that she is not only checking you out, but she is also checking into your world, one small piece at a time. For a Stoic, this is one of the most reliable data points. It is not a fleeting emotion or a momentary gesture. It is a demonstration of consistent attention over time, and that is a signal worth its weight in gold. So there you have it. Girls have their own sneaky, silent, and surprisingly strategic ways of checking you out. From her subtle positioning across the room to that split-second smile. From glances behind a phone screen to nervous hands twirling her hair, each moment, each movement tells a story. And if you learn to watch closely, you will start to hear it. Remember, the goal here isn't just to decode her, it's to develop your own power of observation. Here at Stoic Manhood Guide, we believe a man's greatest strength is his ability to see reality clearly, without the fog of hope or fear. Attraction is rarely loud in its first stages. It is quiet, observant, and curious. The man who can perceive these subtleties is the man who moves with confidence, not anxiety. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these signs was the biggest aha moment for you? Which one have you seen before but never understood until now? Drop your story in the comments below. Your experience could help another man in this community connect the dots. If you found this guide helpful and are ready to become a more observant man, then like this video. Share it with a friend who is still stuck guessing and needs a dose of clarity. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the channel for more powerful insights into human behavior and attraction. Keep being observant, keep being confident. And who knows, maybe the next time someone is secretly checking you out, you'll catch it, and you'll know exactly what to do. Thanks for watching.